Welcome back to New Bits with Vac and Vinnie. We are so glad you're here. We got another great show for you, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
Vinnie, I hate to do this. I hate to do it. I hate to interrupt. And we have a great show, and I love our guests. Before we do that, I want to make sure I make this announcement for our listeners. We now have two websites. Two websites, and it's all thanks to our listener, Hit Boss. And Hit Boss, thank you, buddy. Thank you for everything. Yeah, absolutely. So the one that we've had, newbitspodcast.com, and that's where you get our playlist. And the brand new one, the fledgling one, it's just starting, flyorddiecomedy.com. We're just starting that. Thank you, Hit Boss, because we like to say we like to fly and die with our comedy. So there's flyorddiecomedy.com, newbitspodcast.com. That's it. Glasses off. Let's go.
That's it. We got, man, we're official, Vac. We got a podcast. We got a Twitter account. We got an email. And now we got websites. We're rocking and rolling. Now we just need listeners. I'm kidding. We are so happy that you are here. We love that you are here. Thank you so much. We got a great show for you. And thanks again. Hit Boss. We love you.
Thank you, buddy.
Last week we had Carl Giannetto on, and he brought some bits to the podcast, and we worked him out a little bit, and he did one of the jokes on stage, and so he's coming back. He's coming back on this show to let us get a look at its first time on stage. So let's get him back in here. A very funny guy, 28 years old. He's a young guy. He was featured on the Bob and Tom nationally syndicated show when he was 16 years old. A true student of the art form, a guy who just loves comedy, eats, sleeps, and breathes it. Ladies and gentlemen, Carl Giannetto.
Hey, thanks for having me back, you guys.
We had no other choice.
Thanks for coming back, brother. Good to see you.
Am I the first double guest? You didn't have a choice.
No choice. That's right.
I mean,
your dad was very influential, calling us, "Hey, man, you better get my son on there."
Hey, I do what I can, you know. I mean, you got to use what you got.
That's right.
Exactly.
And also, there's such a small number of people that'll deal with you two. So you have to keep reusing them. So that's part of it.
For sure. Man, Carl, you're one of the very few who have come onto the show and then worked on a bit and then filmed the bit and then brought it back to the podcast. So we are so excited that you were willing to do that.
I'm not afraid of you guys watching me die. I'm not afraid of nothing, Vinny. A lot of comics are afraid. A lot of comics are afraid.
If you're afraid of that, if you're afraid of that, get out of the business. We've all died
out of the
business.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. I don't know what that feels like to die. I have no idea what that feels like to bomb. But I can imagine.
One of these days, Mac.
It'll happen.
We'll be like
it'll happen.
Bomb.
One of these days, Mac.
It's coming.
I mean, everybody at least once in their career.
Mine just happened to be. That might be good.
What's that?
I mean, my first time bombing just happened to be this joke that we filmed, so that it worked out perfectly for this podcast.
The joke that we worked on.
Just
by the way, I have allergies. I'm not crying. I have allergies.
No, it's okay to cry.
God bless you. Well, God bless you, Carl, for bringing it to the podcast and letting our audience see the process. One of the things that Vac and I always say many times on this podcast is it doesn't always go right the first time. I mean, I can count on one hand, literally one hand, the times I've written a joke, brought it to the stage, and it killed and continued killing. One hand, and I've been doing this a long time. Okay.
Absolutely.
Carl, you probably noticed what Vin and I have talked about too is sometimes you try a joke for the first time and it kills. And then you think, I got a bit. This is a mainstay in my act. And then you do it again and again, and it doesn't have that same pop. And you're like, what did I do? And you wonder, because we're human, did you start overthinking it?
Absolutely.
And other times, like Vinny says, you try something, it doesn't quite work, but you're sticking with it because you believe in it, maybe make a few tweaks, and next thing you know, You got a bit. And the other time you try something, no matter what you do, it just doesn't go.
Yeah,
put it
yeah.
away.
There's those bits that, and then there's the ones that you can't make yourself put away because like I have bits that I believe in wholeheartedly, and it makes me laugh, and I love it, and it just nothing every single time
Nothing.
No matter how I twist it, nothing. But
yeah.
I'm Sicilian and I'm stubborn. You put it away.
Well, of course, but sometimes you put it away for a while, and then you figure, let me try that again. Or another comic goes, you still do the joke about the glasses? Oh no! And then you try it, and it starts working. Maybe you got better as a comedian.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
What I mean? Anyway,
I do.
Let's check in with Carl's tape.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
This is the bit that we worked on. 3 things. This is one of the bits that we worked on. Carl brought this idea of dating a girl who's a teacher. He did it on stage that very week, if I believe, right after the podcast. Am I correct?
It was that. It
Carl?
was. I think it was the day after we recorded, actually.
Oh, nice. Okay,
something like that.
And okay. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the teacher girlfriend bit, the first time in front of an audience. Let's take a look.
Talking about my girlfriend is a teacher, which is great because when she's sick, I get a substitute. The problem is, you always think it's going to be fun to get a new girl until you meet the new girl. Turns out the substitute is the shop teacher.
All right, there it is. Yeah.
Wow.
How do you feel?
Wow.
How do you feel, Carl? It's out there, buddy. It's out there.
Well, knowing that you guys had something to do with it makes me feel a little better.
Yeah,
right. But I mean,
that was Vac's line.
I'm not trying to start a war here or nothing, but there was a lot wrong. I mean, the joke is still good, but I blame myself.
It's a good joke.
I didn't do it right. Well, I wasn't committed, and it was just the wrong room. I think Jesus Christ was giving a seminar across the street, so half of the room was over there. The Beatles reunited in the town, so there was just not that many people in the room. But what actually happened?
How many would you say?
10, probably.
Oh wow! Okay, all right.
It was
there you go.
It was like a bar sideshow that I was doing.
Oh no! And how how much time did you do that night?
I did 1 hour and 10 minutes.
You did 1 hour and 10 minutes for 10 people.
I did 1 hour and 10 minutes for 10 people.
You are a trooper, brother.
Wow!
I'm a professional.
You are a trooper.
I'm a professional.
You're a professional. You're
a whore, is what you are. You're a stage whore.
Well,
professional. I'm dedicated. You're a stage whore.
What's the difference? I mean, it's.
What's the difference exactly? Right.
Synonyms,
Yeah. Well, I got one note right off the bat, Carl.
Let's hear it.
Because I still like the joke. I still think that joke has potential. And the one thing that I saw that I think that you should consider. And I understand about the venue, and I understand about the size of the crowd, and you tend to speed up a lot when you're in front of a smaller crowd.
Absolutely.
But the one thing that I thought is you rushed through it. That's it.
Yep,
There's this famous quote. There's this famous quote by Jay Leno, and I know you probably heard it. He goes, "When you think you're going too fast, I'm sorry. When you think you're going too slow, slow down."
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta let them absorb each nuance of that joke. I'm dating a teacher now. That's pretty cool. I don't know. The slow. That's the one.
I also noticed too, because I didn't give the joke enough time ahead of time. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't spend enough time with the joke ahead of filming it to fully commit to it. and I think this is something we should talk about because your audience doesn't necessarily see this part. The tiny little things that affect a joke. I was thinking 2 jokes ahead while I was delivering it. I was
there you go.
I was worried about, because most of that show was crowd work because it was 10 people. So I was doing a lot of conversation back and forth with people, just sneaking bits in and out. So I decided in the moment to sneak that joke in for the podcast. And all I was thinking about was getting the footage. I wasn't thinking about delivering the joke correctly.
We fucked them, Vac.
So
that's you guys. Again,
dude,
it's not your fault, Carl. Yeah. Carl, where would you think you would put that in your act? If you were just doing a set.
That's a good question.
Where, like, what would you surround it with? Goddamn right.
I have a lot of jokes towards the end of my set about my relationship, which leads into jokes that I close on about sex. So there's probably a chunk somewhere in there that joke could just be a throwaway line that sneaks in and out, that is just in and out quick, almost like a transition joke, getting me from this subject to this subject. Because I have some jokes about going, like, me and my girl met when we were in college, and now she's a teacher, so that joke could probably fit in that chunk somewhere. You know what I mean?
100%.
Are you? Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm just confused. Are you still with her?
Yes. After this podcast, maybe not, but
yeah. So what I'm wondering, okay, I'm trying to hear the joke again in my head. So you have a girlfriend, she was a teacher, but this is not the girl you're talking about, is it? In the joke?
Yeah, this is the same girl.
It is.
Same problem. The same problem you guys have with guests is the problem I have with women. I can only get about one.
That's all you need, bro. That's all you need. Trust me. You don't want more than one.
Okay, noted.
I'm wondering if do you talk about having trouble meeting women? Because I'm wondering if there's a way to set up the fact that you look like the shop teacher, you kind of went, you know what? I'm going to settle. Like, you know what?
Yeah, there you go.
You know, I'm going to settle.
Maybe,
I know usually you don't settle till you're in your 30s, but I'm going to settle. I settled. Like, you know, why push this thing? She's like the shop teacher. She's missing a pinky.
Which that can be fun, you know?
I might ask her to marry me, but she's missing the ring finger.
That's funny.
I don't know.
I like
maybe
that.
you just decided to settle at a very young age. We were in college. I was 20.
That's
I really
funny.
hadn't
I like
dated much before that.
It's a great place to go with that. Yeah,
I like that.
You know, maybe I don't know. The structure of it or the wording, but the fact that you decided to settle so young, I think is funny.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
I just think it's a funny idea. And because people, you always hear about, come on, we all know somebody. We all know, you look at a couple, maybe they're in their late 30s, they just got married, and you're like, yeah, they kind of settled. They're saying that it took them that long to meet their one and only, but they settled. Like, they kind of went, I'll put up with him and his bullshit, and he's going, I'll put up with her nonsense. I want to settle down. I settled.
I had to settle. I didn't have a choice. I had to settle when I turned 19. I didn't have an option. It was settle or nothing. It was
settle. My parents sat me down and were like, look, Carl, we love you. We know you better than anybody. Settle. Like,
Carl, it's gonna.
Are you sure? You're young. Are you sure this is the one? Do you want to get? You're young. Why would you get so involved? Your parents are like,
Carl, you're gonna have.
We love you.
You're gonna have to settle or be celibate. You don't have a choice. Settle or celibacy. One or the other.
Cash your chips in and walk away, bro. That's
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You got this little
That's
bit.
great. I like that.
It's like you're at the
And you know what?
Starbucks
And
and you want $20. Go ahead, Vinny.
Yeah. And if worse comes to worse, he's handy. He can fix stuff around the house or build me a cabinet. Okay, it's a good deal. It's a good deal.
I like that. That's funny.
Well, what if you introduced it to your parents? They were like, after she left, your parents were like, Carl, why didn't you tell us you were gay? We had no idea. You should have opened up the what?
Wait.
Carl. Carl, do you think you could get your girlfriend to fix our coffee table? It's been unlevel for a couple weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. And what is this? What is this gay? No, it has nothing to do with that. I'm settling. It's about settling. It's not about,
So either I'm wondering if, because those are two different avenues, either they thought she was a guy, or they know she's a girl and she just kind of, she's the 100-yard dash in a 90-yard gym. She's just not the most pleasant looking.
I think it's funnier if they know she's a girl, but they know that's the best. That's the best I can do.
That's even that hurts.
Yeah.
When your own mother goes, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
You know what? Yeah.
I think it's better that they know she's a female and that. Wow. Carl, you better rope this one in. You better lasso it in because, honey, we love you, but,
Not a lot of people itching at that door, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right. So what would be some of the compliments they would have for her then? Well, she's
sturdy.
She's got a strong back. She's sturdy, got a strong back.
Right.
I think she'll be a good breeder.
She moved the fridge when I dropped my wedding ring back there. She was
moved the fridge. Yeah.
She helped me. I just, I think it's funny that
she'll protect you if somebody breaks into the apartment. You'll be fine.
She's definitely got tools. She's got tools.
She's got tools.
Yeah.
She can show you how to fix things.
Yeah.
Save money on the oil change. So make you more of a man.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's a win-win. It's a win-win.
Now, will your girlfriend hear this material and go, "Oh, really? That's what you're thinking?"
No, not at this point.
No.
I've been with her for 7 years. She's in on it. She gets it.
She gets it.
She's in
one
on it.
time.
Good.
Here's a good one.
She's a good one. She's a good one, Carl. If she gets
Here's a story for you. Quick story. I used to do this embarrassing joke about her shitting her pants. Okay. And I dropped.
She let you do that on stage.
She let me do it on stage, but then I dropped it, and she came and saw my act. And on the drive home, she goes, "Why didn't you do this shit in my pants bit? I love it when." I was like,
"That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one, or a severely damaged one."
Severely damaged one. Yeah. Well, she has to be if she's dating a comic. She has to be a little
absolutely.
bit if she's dating a comic
for longer than a week. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's cool, buddy. That is cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So how would you do it? So let's see how would you do the bit? Would you start it the same way?
I don't know, because with this with the twist, there's a lot of avenues that this joke could go with. You know what I mean? Because it's a quick joke. It's a setup punchline joke. There's a lot you can put around it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm wondering. What if? Because I want you to leave here feeling like at least you know how to get started. So the joke was that she looked like the shop teacher. How did you meet her?
We need to set that up too in that joke. You're right. I met her.
Was it
in reality? A friend introduced us. That's how we actually met.
Okay, so that's good. So what if your friend said, "Hey man, I know this girl. She'd be perfect for you. She wants to be a teacher. She's going to be a teacher, Carl. Right? You're all set, right? You can do your comedy. She's gonna be a school teacher. She's a doll, and you're all excited to meet her. You pick her up for the date. You realize, wow, I didn't know she wanted to be a shop teacher. Jesus,
that's good.
She looked.
That's
like
That's
I
yeah.
took one look at I mean, oh wow, okay, but whatever. You're like, I haven't had a date ever, so
ever.
let's see how this goes. Like ever. I mean, ever. I'm 20 years old. I've never had a date ever. I mean, you really got to make it, as extreme as possible, but and be believable, even if they just going with you on it. I've never had a date ever, so I'm like, all right, let's go. And I knew she was the one for me, or something. We dated for a while, and maybe there's ways we could say. Maybe there were things about her you kind of liked. She looked like my shop teacher from high school. Like, okay.
I love the smell of sawdust. It's my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, she smelled like sawdust, and her nails were dirty.
Her nails were greasy, and
I'm like, this is incredible. Or maybe, well, all right, so okay, so, but I like the stuff about your parents telling you, look, Carl, honey, we love you. Settle. Just settle.
Yeah.
Don't try to be anybody else. Don't go.
Maybe for the chips. Maybe the joke, my parents introduced me to her because she was working on their transmission or something like that.
There you go.
Who introduced you?
My parents. Yeah. What if we made it that way for the joke? Carl, we need you to settle. We met this wonderful girl. She works at the Jiffy Lube. She was lifting our car without a jack. We think she'd be perfect for you.
Yeah.
Perfect for you.
Lifting the car without a jack. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. We told her all about you. We told her all about you. And we asked if she wanted to meet you, and she went, yeah. Or something. Yeah. So here's her number.
She took the cigar out of her mouth.
This is turning into a whole other bit.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. That's great. That's great, Carl. Yeah.
I think this is good. This is good for your audience.
Yeah. To see how these things evolve. Yeah. Yeah.
How
all two of them. Well, Carl, do you want to go down? Do you want to go down the road of? It's up to you. Somebody introduced. Hey, she's going to be a teacher. This is great, Carl. Oh, I didn't know. I met her. All right, she looked like a shop teacher. Okay. Or do you want to have it be your parents saying, "We asked her if you should call her. She works working at the Jiffy Lube is not teacher." So it's going to be a little different avenue there.
Right. You're right.
Right.
You're right.
So it should go. Which I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that maybe she works part-time with the Jiffy Lube.
I think for this joke, this is going to be one of those jokes that I need to just play around with on my notepad for a while before I put it back up on stage. Because I mean, we've been talking about it for about 10 minutes, and we found all kinds of new jokes within it. I think I need to just sit down with it.
New angle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And figure out
and actually outline it and structure it and
figure out what is this joke actually, because in the video we watched, and it was my fault, I didn't do the joke right, but in the video the audience was waiting for the joke. You know what I mean? They were like so I need to build more of the puzzle around the punchline of the shop teacher. So I think what we should do, I'm going to take that joke and just keep messing with it until I get it.
Well, that joke, the joke, sorry to interrupt, the joke that you did is literally a standalone joke. It's literally, it's
Yes.
perfect structure. It's setup, punch, you
Mm-hmm.
know? It's
Mhm.
setup, punch, and then it's and a minor tag. And the stuff that you guys are coming up with right now is a great way to just go off on a tangent, different tangents on it, and build it into a bit that could be literally 2, maybe 3 minutes long.
Right.
Yeah, it's
So
it's great stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the stuff that, like I said earlier, an audience who comes and sees a comic has no idea about how many different thoughts you can have about a stupid 2-line joke. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Right. And the
that.
distractions that you might have while telling it for the first time. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Because there was.
Yep.
Because as we're sitting here, go ahead.
I'm just saying that I don't know. My first inclination is that when your friend set you up. Yeah, I met this great girl for you, Carl. She's sweet. She tries to say, "Oh, she's a doll. She's smart, and she wants to be a teacher. You should go out with her." Here, I got her number for, and so you go out because I like the idea of you kind of saying being. I like the kind of self-deprecating thing a bit where you go, folks. I was in college. Say I was 20. Say folks, I was 20 years old. I hadn't had a date ever. No, I mean ever.
Right.
So, I mean, I went comic school. Look at me. I look like whatever. Okay, fine. They're acknowledged.
I look like if Harry Potter didn't move out of his parents' house.
Okay, boom. I look like Harry. I'm like, all right, let me go. It's my buddy. He set me up. I'll call her. So I go to. I kind of like that idea. And then you bring it to the parents.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of you going, he says really nice things about her. She's sweet. She's funny. You're funny. She's really funny. And all these little things that he likes about her. And, man. I like her makeup. Whatever it is, like he's trying to not tell you that she looks like a shop teacher. But she wants to be a teacher, Carl. She loves kids. You said you want to have kids. She loves kids. I got her number. She said she wants to meet you. Okay. I go to pick her up. I call her. I go to pick her up. She opened the door, and folks, she didn't look like she wanted to be a school teacher. She looked like she wanted to be a shop teacher. Oh my God! She smelled like sawdust. Her nails were greasy. Or whatever, her fingers were greasy. She was wearing a onesie, like one of the Jiffy Lube things. She had she had a patch, her name on the patch.
Onesie overalls. Onesie overalls.
She's wearing overalls.
She was wearing overalls.
No.
She blew her nose into her hands.
I mean, yeah. And weirdly, I liked it. I don't know, whatever. And I do like the idea of your parents. I don't know if it's too cool for school, but I like the idea of your parents. Your parents met her, and I took her home. The next day, they called me up. Carl, we have to talk to you. What? Mom and Dad, isn't she great? Carl? Oh, no, maybe you don't even say isn't she great. They just go, Carl, listen, we love you. More than anything in the world, we want you to be happy. So settle. Just settle. You've got no other options, Carl. Please.
Yeah.
She's nice.
Yeah. Take a look at yourself.
Maybe you kind of have you
seen
caught
your
yourself?
limit.
Come up with another analogy, folks. When you go, I look like Harry Potter. I look like Harry Potter. Boom, bada, boom, bada, boom. Something, and then they can even say something about you, like you look like you don't want to get.
You
too
look
gross.
like discount. You look like discount Harry Potter.
I got something. I got something for that. When you guys were talking about Carl, when you were talking about I look like if Harry Potter this or whatever. I thought of this real quick. Just a quick line. It goes, yeah, man, we're a perfect match. She's a teacher. I look like a school shooter.
Oh.
We're a perfect perfect match.
Oh man!
But I think if
Perfect
your
match.
parents are going to tell, if your parents are going to tell you to settle, they have to know
wait. I'm sorry.
something's like.
Wait a second. I'm sorry, Vac. I'm sorry. She's a teacher. I look like a school shooter. Shut up. You know you were thinking it. You know you're all thinking. Sorry, Vac.
If you saw that picture, FBI Most Wanted, you'd buy it. You would believe it. You would also, oh, he's a loser who lives in his parents' basement. I know what I look like. I think we have to describe her as being. I think we have to describe her as being, unattractive. She's big. She's burly.
Mm-hmm.
That's why your parents will go settle. Do you think so, Mom and Dad? Settle.
Yeah.
Carl, we love you. Have you seen yourself? You look like another Wham Jam shot. Like you do the Harry
You're
Potter
19.
one in the beginning. Yes.
You're 19. You're not getting any younger.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Hey,
I think you should come out of your teens. I like 20 better. It's a subtle thing, but it makes you a little bit older, and you haven't had a date yet.
Yeah. You're probably right.
You're 20. You're going into your junior year of college. You've never had a date. Look at you. You look like a school shooter. Honey, we love you, or whatever. Like, and she's got a lot of good qualities, Carl. You're like what? Well, she helped your father move the refrigerator, and I found my ring. Like things like that really show. So she's got a strong back. She helped me father.
And you know what? And she smells like a brand new Makita drill right out of the box. You know that nice smell.
Probably got a lot of Band-Aids around the house. You hurt yourself all the time.
You know how you always getting hurt, and she just tells you to walk. She'll tell you to walk it off, toughen up. I mean, she's gonna toughen. I do that joke in my act. My father tells me to walk it off. She's gonna toughen you up, hon. You're like, what? Yeah. You look like the Pillsbury Doughboy. You look like the Pillsbury. I'm just making something up, honey. You look like the Pillsbury Doughboy. Never went outside. I mean, she knows what the sun is. Like she could teach you a lot. Something. I love the line about
the Pillsbury Doughboy before he goes in the oven.
Yeah. I mean,
I took a shot.
You look like if the Pillsbury Doughboy was a little chunkier. You look like if the Pillsbury Doughboy was a little chunkier.
Okay. Well, you look like a chubby Pillsbury Doughboy. Yeah, we love it, but not a lot of people do. So she's into you. You
look like the before picture if the after picture was the Pillsbury Doughboy.
That's funny. It's almost had to think about it. So the fact that your parents are hitting you with these insults is hysterical.
Yeah.
Carl, I do not think that of you. I do not.
No, sure.
I'm just I'm throwing this out there.
I think this whole thing is a ploy to just start. You guys got notebooks full of insults about me, and tonight's your night to get them out. Whatever, fine. I'll take it.
You.
No.
I got 37 old jokes right here. I could talk about Vac not being able to set up the Wi-Fi. I could talk about all that stuff, but I don't because I'm a nice guy.
But you don't. But listen, I think if your parents sit you down and you think they're going to say, "Oh no, she's not the one for you," and they go, "Carl, settle." The fact that your parents are telling you to settle at a young age is hysterical. Settle.
I like that. I do like that. Does.
You look like the Pillsbury Doughboy. The Pillsbury Doughboy. I'm trying to think. The Pillsbury Doughboy, a chunky Pillsbury Doughboy. We think it's cute.
Yeah.
But not everybody does. So she's into you. And she's got a lot of good quality.
I mean, if you want to go this route, Carl, yeah, I mean, throw the cross between Harry Potter and the Pillsbury Doughboy, or you know, or whatever. I mean, but you know what? It's very, very funny. It's very, very funny that your parents are you're talking to your parents about your new girlfriend and they're insulting you. You know,
Absolutely.
That's funny.
I just think it's funny because it's done in a loving way.
Yeah,
and the fact that it's done in a loving way.
They still want the best for me, but unfortunately, this is the best you can do. So,
look, you're 28 years. You're 28 years old. We're just gonna level with you. We're just gonna, yeah.
I like that.
Well, geez, mom. You know what, mom? I'm not coming over here for Thanksgiving next year. That's it.
You know what, mom?
No, honey,
I'm liable to just move out of here. Mom, if you keep talking to me like that, I'm going to pack up my stuff.
I'm leaving.
Mom, if you...
And I'm going to move out. Wait, are you doing this now or when you first met her?
I don't know. It could be, I mean, probably, I think it's funnier if it was 7 years ago and I'm still with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think
this is the story. This is the story of how you met. This is the story of how you met.
I think that's funny.
If you want to.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you threaten
so I think, go ahead.
I was going to say, if you threaten,
go ahead.
I don't know. There's so many reasons why they want you to marry her. Not just because you have to settle, but what if they want you to marry her because it benefits them too? Like, moving she helped your father move the refrigerator, so she'll be good in the house. Mm-hmm. In other words, she's going to
think of the money we'll save on oil changes. Think of the money we'll save on oil changes. One trip in the house with the bags of groceries, it'll be perfect.
She's missing those 2 fingers. You're going to save money on gloves.
Well, it's funny you say that, Vinny. Like, you should so my parents, I mean, I think we got to come up with things that they like about her while insulting you in a loving way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think absolutely.
Carl, we know, and we think you're perfect, but nobody really is perfect. I mean, you look like the Pillsbury Doughboy, blah 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 blah, and and she's got a lot of great qualities. Like what? Well, your dad goes, well, she helped move the refrigerator. I could have done it on my own. She just pulled it right out.
Yeah.
You got it. You just pushed it back in.
Vac, you just said a really funny joke that all 3 of us glanced over. You said, we think you're perfect, but nobody's really perfect. That is a really good joke.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
that's a really good joke, Vac.
Yeah.
I mean, so okay, thank you. So maybe put that in there and find out what little digs to you. Like, what else could we say? Not just your appearance, but Carl, honey, we love you, but the neighborhood.
There's so much about my appearance. There's a lot about my appearance that we could do, but I think this joke, like I said earlier, because we keep finding all these different. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down with this joke for a couple weeks, a month, something, until I get it to where I like it, and then I'm going to film it and bring it back to you guys and see what it does. What do you think about
we mostly Vac, but we have given you like a bunch of stuff to stack on there, and you just look at it, cut away what you don't like, add what you like. I guarantee you, if you start writing it out or outlining it, you're going to come up with even more stuff, because this thing started out as a setup punch about your relationship with your girlfriend, and now it's a whole thing about how you met. Your parents are getting involved. It's this can be, like I said, a 2 to 3, maybe even a 4-minute bit.
We filled 2 podcast episodes talking about it. This joke is a lot
talking about it. Exactly.
Yeah, this joke.
Yeah.
So if this is okay with you guys, I'm gonna sit down with this joke for a couple weeks or a month or so, and then bring it back to you guys. What do you think about that?
I love it,
Yeah.
bro. I love it. If you're willing to film another joke, and show us the first time on stage, that would be great. Just know that the people that listen to this podcast have heard me shit the bed a couple of times. All
You
right.
know,
So, and that brings me to my no, go ahead, Carl.
no, I was gonna
Yeah.
say that's the perfect transition to Vinny shit in the bed.
Oh, the perfect transition. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The perfect transition. Last episode, we were talking with Carl. He presented some jokes, and we started discussing ways that we write. And I said, "Well, I just," and in the process of answering his question, I said, "For example, I came up with this today," which was absolutely true. And like that, the following week, and I threw it out there on the podcast just to give an example of how we come up with bits. And I decided, well, since it's on the podcast, I'm going to film it. It's first time on stage in front of an audience, and let people see, once again, fly or die, the way these jokes go the first time on stage. So let's take a look at this. This is the God is God non-binary joke. I brought it to the podcast on episode 31, and here it is.
So I've been seeing a lot of posts online claiming that God is non-binary. You guys see that? No? I don't know. But that would explain why my life is a complete dumpster fire. That would explain that. I've been misgendering them my entire life. They are pissed. Go ahead, call me he again. Call me he again! Say goodbye to your transmission, dickhead. Now, from now on, our parental unit, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy. Thy is cool, right? Thy?
All right, there you go. It's out there once again.
Once again.
Once again. And so, listen, I'd like to make some excuses for it, like I always do. That was an open mic at the Laughing Skull, a great comedy club right here in Atlanta, Georgia. They have an open mic on Tuesday night, perfect for trying out new material. There was 28 comedians that night, and I was 24.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 24. Yeah, I was 24.
Wow.
So the audience, about a quarter. It's cool because they do stick around. About a quarter of the audience had cleared out, and you could tell they were tired. Matter of fact, the first thing I said when I walked on stage was, "So how you guys doing? You hanging in there?" Got a couple of them. Yeah. Some of us are. We're trying to get out of it. This is like a hostage situation right now. And much like you, Carl, I think I rushed through it. I think I rushed through it. What did you said you had some notes for it?
Yeah, I wrote down because I watched it just a little bit ago. The one thing about I thought the way you presented it was really good. It seemed to me like you knew more about what you were talking about than I did when I did mine. Mine seemed like I was reaching, trying to find it. But it felt to me like you were confident and you knew what you were saying. So that came across in the joke. But something that there was two words in there that struck me as just, I feel like they should be different. When you say, my life is a complete dumpster fire.
Yeah.
I think there's an opportunity for a joke there. I don't know what it is at the moment, but I was like,
that was supposed to be the joke.
Oh, usually okay. Well, usually you don't. I'm going to tell you something right now, Vinny. Usually comedians don't have to explain that. But
yeah, right.
I feel like because the joke is about God,
I didn't want that silence there, Carl.
Well then, okay. Never mind then. I don't need any of this then. I thought Okay. No,
Yeah.
it's all good then.
Yeah.
We're fine. Vac, do you have anything?
No, you said it all. You said it all.
No,
Perfect. All
no,
right.
no,
So
you're right. You know what? No, Carl, you are correct because complete dumpster fire is, what can we call it? Stock. I mean, can we call it,
mhm.
not the most clever thing I could come up with? Um, but you're absolutely right about that. You're
I
absolutely
think it,
right.
I
But
think if you sat down with it and you thought, because there is a word that fits there that would make that a whole bigger laugh. I think because the jokes
I
about
think you're right.
God, the jokes about God, the jokes about misgendering, the jokes about your life being a mess. There's probably a better thing to put in there than dumpster fire.
Yeah,
And to
yeah,
show you what level of help
yeah.
I am, I have no suggestions, but
Well, that's okay. That's okay. No, I do believe you. I do believe you're correct about that. But the point of the joke was to was to get a laugh, but was to also make people a little bit uncomfortable because in
mhm,
their head they're going, "Oh my God, is he saying that non-binary people are bad?
mhm,
Non-binary people?" And it's like, no, 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 no. It's because I'm misgendering him and he's pissed, and they let him off the hook. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying?
Right.
And that's the way it's supposed to go, but it is supposed to also get a laugh. And I think you're
Mhm,
right. I think once again, being a little lazy, I just went for the most, I guess, overused analogy in the
Mm.
world, dumpster fire,
but
so
also
yeah,
but again, it's the first draft too. So that's, I mean, you could
yeah,
keep playing with it too. I think if you sit with it, you'll find the right. I think you'll find the right word that fits there better than dumpster, because I think that is an opportunity for a pretty good, like, just pounder punch. I think it's there's a something that fits there that is just absolutely going to bring that joke to the next level. I think that's what I think.
yeah, yeah. I think so too. And I was very listen. I was very. It's one of the, like you were saying earlier, Carl. It's a joke that I just felt very confident about,
Mm-hmm.
and even though it got you know the unsatisfying response that it got, and like I said, like we say, that's the way it goes sometimes. I said,
Mm-hmm.
I know this is funny. I did it
Mm-hmm.
2 more times. And the third time I did it, I slowed down. It's almost the same joke, but instead of being 28th in the lineup, I think I was sixth or seventh.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, I guess sometimes in those situations, that makes a difference, you know?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
and I did it and it got a little better response. So if you want to see the difference between a joke the first time and the third time, we can show that.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah.
Let's watch it.
Okay. All right, here it is. This is the third time on stage. I slowed down a little bit. I was a little earlier in the lineup, and I didn't stumble over the final line at the end. Let's take a look.
So I'm seeing a lot of posts online claiming that God is non-binary. I don't know, but that would explain why my life is a complete dumpster fire. That would explain. I've been misgendering them my entire life. They are pissed. Call me he again. Call me he. Say goodbye to your transmission, dickhead. From now on, man, from now on. Our parental unit, art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Thy is cool. Thy is okay.
Little better, right?
Yeah.
Little
Absolutely.
better. Little
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little better. Got more laughs, and
Mm-hmm.
I still think it has a long way to go. But
Well, okay. Here's what I've been thinking, because I like this idea that Carl brought up about something other than dumpster fire. And I'm trying to come up with it's basically like a synonym, a way of describing your life. Okay, so being we're talking about God and all that, somehow the word apocalyptic comes to mind. Like, my life is an apocalyptic, catastrophic, blah blah blah.
Yep. That I think the word dumpster fire, the audience wanted you to explain dumpster fire, but instead you're explaining.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, so I like exactly apocalyptic. Right, That's good.
It's words for
when you say dumpster,
words for disaster, or is it when you're saying that, Vinny? You're talking about that you fuck things up, or that just life? I mean,
it's just my life is a mess. My life is a mess. Nothing's going right. That's essentially the information that I'm trying to convey at that moment. I'm trying to convey that, hey, my life is a mess. Okay. Oh, so I'm hearing I'm hearing that I'm hearing these posts online claiming that God is non-binary. Well, that'll explain why my life is a complete dumpster fire, which is intended to kind of rub people the wrong way and then let them off the hook. When I say, well, I've been misgendering them my entire life, that's so that makes that makes. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying.
But I like the idea. I like the idea. And Vac, when you said apocalyptic, Revelations came to mind for some reason.
That's exactly right.
Maybe that's exactly right. That's what that explains why my life looks like a chapter in Revelations or something like that.
Yeah.
My life looks like it was ripped out of Revelations or something.
Looks like ripped out of Revelations.
That's a good angle with it. Let's see. I like that.
Yeah, a Revelations reference. The word apocalyptic is great. It's all pointing back. That's not the right word. It's all
it's around yeah.
Right. Referencing the biblical stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that might
go ahead.
No, go ahead, Vac. I was just going to reiterate.
Maybe something as simple as well. Maybe that explains why my life is an apocalyptic dumpster fire.
It could be.
Apocalyptic dumpster fire.
That I like the rhythm of that.
I'm thinking of what. Okay. When in the Bible, when the end of the life and some, why can't I not think of the word? Some of us go to heaven, some don't. What is that called? Why am I forgetting that?
I went to Catholic school. I don't know this.
My mind.
Judgment.
Where some
Judgment Day.
No, but that's a good. No, but then oh my God, I can't even look it up on my phone because I'm using my phone right now. I can't believe this.
Remember
the whole thing on American Data, but what's that?
You remember when I was making jokes about you being old about 20 minutes ago? It's
20 minutes ago.
Oh my God, why am I? It's on the tip of my tongue.
This is fun. I like
when
this.
It's the end of times. End of times. I wrote down. What if you were saying that? If you're going to talk about God, I don't know if this might be. But what? Oh my God! It's at the end of times when some good people they'll go to heaven, others won't. They'll go to hell. What is that called? It's a major. Somebody fucking look it up.
The chosen one.
No. It's on the tip of my tongue. Some of our souls will go to heaven. Why can I not think of this? There's probably people watching right now screaming at us.
Yeah, listening right now, screaming at us.
We're three Catholics. We should know this.
My phone just says, keep letting the Italians struggle. That's weird.
Oh,
Oh, that's weird. Yeah. It's not. Nothing's coming up for me, Vac.
Universalism is with a belief that everyone will eventually go to heaven.
Judgment Day is the only thing I got that came up. That's all that I got.
Salvation.
All right.
Salvation. Salvation.
No.
I don't know, man. By the
Do I
way,
have
this
to
is
look it up? Can I?
This is another good glimpse for your audience of what it's like when three comedians are trying to think of one word.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get it and let you know, Vinny.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right. End of times, catastrophic, apocalyptic, judgment day.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm wondering if those are all good terms to use.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Because
I like that.
I think because the joke, because what I noticed when I watched the first time you did the joke, when you said dumpster fire, they were kind of waiting for you to explain that. And then you just completely abandon it. But if you go on with the Judgment Day thing like Vac said, or one of the other end of times, I think that will keep them in that headspace. And then you can get to your next joke, which is say goodbye to your transmission, dickhead. Yeah.
No, I've been misgendering them my entire life.
Me.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I look this up on my phone while you guys talk?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. All right, hang on. This is just bothering me. I can't deal with it.
Okay. Go ahead.
I like this. This is interesting.
Yeah. Well,
The rapture. The rapture.
Rapture. That's what it is. Yep. The rapture. God, that's what it is.
Took me 5 seconds, guys.
Yeah. 5 seconds.
Hey, what are you gonna? Hey,
what if you just want to? But the rapture is supposed to be, whereas as my understanding, good people will go to heaven. But so I don't know if it's appropriate, but it's just your life is a dumpster fire. Your life is apocalyptic. What will that be? I mean, it's not really whether you're a good person or not. It's just that your life sucks right now. So I'm not sure if rapture, but I'm praying for a rapture. I hope I get in. I don't know, something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right. Yeah. I think
I got rapture. I got apocalyptic. I got revelations. I got Bible references. Expand on why. Expand on why. That needs to be explored.
Yeah.
That's an excellent suggestion, Carl. Excellent suggestion.
Thank you.
Rapture is a great word. Apocalyptic's a great word. Biblical revelations, anything that references everything that references back. All right. Well, holy cow, man! Holy cow.
Yeah.
I actually put that bit online. I was happy enough with it that I put it online, and I thought, it's original. I haven't seen anybody else doing anything like that, so I threw it up there. And as soon as I get this better version, I'm gonna take the shit down.
Whew. All right, thank God. Whew.
You guys, listen, man. This was a fun episode, man.
Yes, it was.
We got some good stuff here, man. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I forgot we were recording, so
it was fun, right?
I thought I was just hanging out with you guys. So yeah.
Holy shit! I forgot to press record. Let's start over, guys. And let's just duplicate the same shit. Say it all over.
We could do that. We could do that. Right.
Yeah. Carl, real quick, tell everybody how to get in touch with you again, how to find you online and all that stuff.
The best place is facebook.com/comedian Carl Giannetto. That's where all my dates are, all my social media stuff. I just uploaded a brand new clip of my act to my YouTube page. I've been putting up clips for about 10 years. So all my clips were really old, but now I got a new 6-minute video out of my act. I'm in a suit. I'm looking good. So that's up on YouTube now. Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff at comedian Carl Giannetto.
Fantastic. Everybody go watch Carl Giannetto, do some stand-up, follow him on all the social media sites. A very funny dude, and a trooper. in the comedy business, man.
Always,
doing an hour.
Always a good sign
trooper.
When your buddy says real funny and then goes,
Well, you are, dude. You're like you're. I've said it before. You're a student of the craft, and that's why I love having you on and to participate in Vac and I's experiment with this show. God love you, man. Love to have you, and hope to have you back real soon.
Either one of you guys, anyone you guys need me for anyone you guys need me for anything, just reach out to me. I'll take care of it. All right.
Absolutely, brother. I performed in Iowa before. If I get back, if you get down this way, we're going to do some shows together.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Sounds good to me. And if I end up floating, cool. if I end up floating around the ocean, I'll do some shows with Greg. So
there you go.
Absolutely.
There you go.
All right. Good job, fellas. Thanks, Carl.
Excellent work. Excellent work, Vac. Some great angles for Carl and me. I appreciate it as always, brother.
My pleasure, man. That was fun. That was really fun.
Really fun.
It was.
See you guys online.
Bye, guys.
Ciao.